How to make bruschetta properly, the complete history of its creation.
Hello! Today I want you to stop for a minute. No rush, no fuss. Just imagine a warm evening, the stone wall of an old house, the air smells of olives and sun, and on the table, an ordinary piece of toast. You'd think, what's so special about it? But that's where the story began. Once upon a time, in the villages of Italy, there was no throw it away and buy a new one culture. Bread was labor. It was grain that was grown. It was flour that was milled. It was hands that kneaded the dough. And if the bread got stale, it wasn't thrown away. It was placed on the grate over the fire. They listened to it crackle. They felt it become crispy. Then they took a clove of garlic, cut it, and rubbed it over the hot bread. The aroma was sharp, lively, and on top, a generous drizzle of olive oil. And that was enough. No embellishments, no restaurant presentation, just honest taste. The word bruschetta means to grill over coals. So bruschetta is not a filling, it is a process. It is fire, it is heat. The moment that changed everything. Imagine, a new fruit is brought to Europe. Red, unusual, unknown. The tomato. At first, people were afraid to eat it. They thought it was poisonous. They grew it as an ornamental plant. And then someone took the plunge, sliced it, salted it, added basil, placed it on warm bread. And in that moment, something happened. The crunch, the juice of the tomato, the warmth of the bread, the aroma of butter, the contrast of temperatures, the contrast of textures. It wasn't just food. It was harmony.
Years passed. Bruschetta, a peasant appetizer, became part of culture. It began to be served in cities, then in restaurants, then all over the world. Variations appeared, with cheese, with seafood, with meat, even with fruit. But you know what hasn't changed? The basics. Dried, bread, garlic, olive oil. 3 things, 3 simple steps, and therein lies the power. Now, let's not just talk, let's cook. A classic recipe that everyone should try. Take a baguette or ciabatta, 3 ripe, aromatic cherry tomatoes, 1 clove of garlic, a handful of fresh basil, good olive oil, a little salt, and black pepper. That's it, nothing extra. Slice the bread, not too thin, lest it become breadcrumbs. Place it on a dry frying pan or put it in the oven, and listen. A slight crackling, a crunch. This is important. We want a golden crust on the outside and a soft warmth on the inside. While the bread is still hot, gently rub it with a clove of garlic, lightly, without fanaticism. A hint of aroma, not harshness. Now let's make the filling. Cut the tomatoes into small cubes. If they are too juicy, carefully drain the excess juice so that the bruschetta does not become soggy. Add finely chopped basil, a little salt, a little pepper, and a generous drizzle of quality olive oil. Stir and let sit for a couple of minutes. Let the flavors mingle, meld, and become one. And now comes the most important part, assembly. Spread the tomato mixture on the warm bread. Not ahead of time, not an hour before serving. Bruschetta loves the moment. It doesn't tolerate waiting. It should be eaten right away, while the bread is still crisp, while the tomatoes are fresh, while the aroma of garlic and oil rises like a warm cloud. And at that moment, you'll understand. Sometimes true flavor requires very little. Little secrets. Don't use cold tomatoes from the refrigerator. Don't skimp on olive oil. Don't overload with toppings. Bruschetta is all about balance. If there's too much of everything, it loses its character. I think bruschetta isn't about a recipe. It's about philosophy, about how even something simple can be turned into something special, about not you have to wait for the perfect moment, expensive ingredients, complex techniques. Sometimes bread is enough, and a little love. Try making it today, not just as an appetizer, but as a little ritual. Toast the bread, rub it with garlic, smell the olive oil, and pause for a minute. Let me know in the comments, are you a classic or an experimental type? Do you add something of your own? Maybe you have a family version? If you enjoy simple, unfussy cooking, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on new stories and recipes. Like this video, it really supports the channel and helps it grow. Share the recipe with your friends or save it for later. Here we cook honestly, we cook simply, and we cook with soul. Thank you for joining me. Until the next story.